In the headlines, Presidential Tribunal adjourns Obi pre-hearing against Tinubu to May 19th as LP faction representatives clash in court. Police recover firearms, arrest 5 suspects in connection to Tuesday's killing in Plateau. President Buhari mourns embassy staff, policemen killed in Anambra. And from the international scene, 1 dead, 23 missing after hippo hits boat in Malawi River. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. Now the news in full. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, sitting in Abuja on Wednesday, adjourned to Friday, May 19th for continuation of pre-hearing in the petition by the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, against the President-elect Bola Tinubu. LP National Chairman Julius Abure and the party's factional chairman, Lamidi Apapa, were both present in the court on Wednesday. The report.
The tribunal had last week adjourned the pre-hearing session on Obi and the Labour Party's petition till May 17th at the instance of the petitioners. On Wednesday, the justices arrived to commence the day's proceedings and also refused to acknowledge the representation of the party aside from Obi. A mild drama, however, ensued between the two camps of the Labour Party on which group should be in court. The tribunal refused to take an appearance for the Labour Party as acting national chairman of the party, Lamidi Apapa, as well as the national women's leader of the party, Dudu Manugu, tried to make an appearance for the Labour Party when the petition was called.
So are you okay? Okay, sorry. No, we are here to represent you. You have to be simple. The way you approach it. Why are you here to represent? I know him. He knows you. No, nobody knows you. Don't say that. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Who are you too? Nobody knows you, sir. So why are you telling me? No, please. Why are you saying? Don't intervene. Hey, don't try. Don't ever try and touch me. If you dare try and touch me.
Justice Aruna Tsamani noted that if 2 persons are making an appearance for the party, they will not be put on record.
Preferred candidates of the All Progressive Congress APC for the House of Representatives leadership, Abbas Tajuddin and Benjamin Kalu, insist they remain a formidable team to beat in the race for the 10th National Assembly. The duo, whose selection by the National Working Committee of the ruling party has stirred controversy, say their project tagged Joint Tax is anchored on the need to make the Green Chamber people-centered. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
There is growing resistance to the choice of the All Progressives Congress National Working Committee for the leadership of the House of Representatives. Aggrieved aspirants in the race for House leadership and other party chieftains have continued with plans to clinch the coveted seat despite the arrangement. However, the persons at the center of it all, Representatives Tajuddin Abbas and Benjamin Kalu, have been reaching out to stakeholders to market what they called a joint task for a robust 10th session of the lower legislative chamber.
It is a coloration of various political parties coming together to approach issues affecting Nigerians from their different political ideologies and philosophies. Because to provide solution to the hydra-headed needs of Nigerians, you need to have at all times a periscopic look on issues, policy direction, legislative policy interventions should have a coloration that is not just tied down one political ideology.
Abbas Tajuddin and Benjamin Kalu, who are ranking members of the House of Representatives, insist that their choice by the leadership of the APC is not in error, as they possess the needed competence and exposure to steer the ship of the Green Chamber.
Though we are three arms of government, we are one government. So in joint tax, we join hands with the executive, we join hands with the judiciary to build a better nation. But that is not underestimating or ignoring the principles of checks and balances, as well as the expectation of the doctrines of separation of power in doing what we are pledged to do through joint attacks. The borderlines of the mandates of each arm of government must be respected.
The APC leadership and the president-elect are currently working to manage the fallout of the current National Assembly zoning arrangement. But aggrieved aspirants are insisting on a new deal, and it is not clear if efforts to douse the tension generated by the NWC's decision will be successful. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, a major contender in the race for the Senate presidency in the 10th National Assembly, Orji Uzor Kalu, has appealed to Nigerians to support the Southeast to produce the president of the 10th Senate. Kalu said Nigeria stand on a tripod, namely Igbo, Hausa and Yoruba, arguing that the place of the Igbo should be accommodated. He said he possesses the vision, consensus building, charisma, experience, credibility, competence, humility and pragmatism to partner with the executive and build a new Nigeria as president of the Senate. He implored Nigerians to keep hope alive with Tinubu to build a new Nigeria with global influence. As the scrabble for National Assembly leadership intensifies ahead of the inauguration of the 10th season, Nigerians are divided over the impact of the struggle on their corporate existence. Now, Trust TV's Shafil Suleiman, who spoke with a cross-section of Abuja residents, reports that the respondents also expressed mixed feelings over the controversy surrounding zoning of principal offices in the National Assembly. The report.
Scramble for leadership of the two chambers of the National Assembly, Senate and House of Representatives, is currently at the boiling point. The National Working Committee of ruling APC, which constitutes majority of lawmakers at the chambers, had settled for Senators Goodwill Akpabio and Barrow Jibrin and Representatives Abbas Tajuddin and Ben Kalu tickets. If people thought that decision would have dampened the intensity of the contest for the positions, they would have been so wrong. 7 other aspirants within the party disagree with the decision and have formed the G7 alliance to fight back. But how do Nigerians view this leadership struggle?
We want a correct leader that will hand over this Nigeria very well, because Nigeria people have been suffering, running from Nigeria to another country, on which we have power to develop our country. So we are praying that let God give us better leader in National Assembly that will change this country.
Since I discovered that those that makes the law break the law, those that makes the rule break the rule, you know. And while looking at it, you will see that the laws are not actually catching up with them.
The president is coming from the south. We expect that other positions should be shared equally so that others will feel belong.
All we want is competence. A leader that will deliver. A leader that will transform the economy. Because as we all know, even a madman on the street knows that Nigeria is not doing well.
Other political observers are skeptical about reasons behind scramble for leadership and the necessity of a zoning template, especially at the legislative arm of government.
I think the National Assembly is actually one of the best places where zoning usually should take effect, because the National Assembly is where appropriation is discussed. So funds for the development of any area is usually discussed at the National Assembly. So if leadership is zoned to a particular place, they can favor or influence the assignment of projects
The ruling All Progressives Congress APC is battling to calm the frayed nerves as a result of its National Assembly zoning template. Opposition lawmakers, on the other hand, are waiting in the wings to cash in. The incoming president is hoping for a favorable fallout from the jostile propositions. The truth is, the race to the 10th Assembly leadership remains dicey. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The chairman, People's Democratic Party in Kaduna State, Hassan Hayat, has frowned over the suspension of the party leader and former governor of the state, Ahmed Makarfi, over alleged anti-party activities, while condemning the act and letter of suspension issued by Tudunwada ward of the Makarfi local government area. The party chairman, Hassan Hayat, says the process was unconstitutional and disciplinary action would be taken against the erring members.
There was nobody that played the role of Senator Ahmed Mohamed Makarfi. He was the one that led us in the campaign around the 23 local governments of the state, around all the big towns where we had town hall meetings. He led us in meetings with different interest groups, religious and cultural, and he is the one that spent his resources far above any other person to ensure the victory of the party in the last general elections. Therefore, for anybody to just wake up and say Makarfi was involved in anti-party is, I think, is just a joke taken too far. And we feel that at this critical time, we want to tell the world who Makarfi is and why he has been to the party, and we stand by him, and we set aside that misguided press statement because it has no effect. It is therefore null and void, and therefore should be discarded forthwith.
And on security matters, the Plateau State Police Command on Wednesday says it has arrested 5 persons in connection to the attack launched on Tuesday morning in 2 villages of Mangu local government area of the state. The police also says exhibits recovered includes AK-47 rifle, a revolver, pistol and cartridges. In a statement by the spokesperson of the police command, DSP Alabo Alfred, the arrest suspects are in the custody of Operation Safe Haven, a security task force maintaining peace in the state. Trust TV had earlier reported how unidentified number of people, including women and children, were killed during the incident, a situation that forced the executive chairman of the local government area to impose a 24-hour curfew on the entire local government area. According to the police, in the course of the struggle with the attackers, one CPL Abdullahi Umar 07NA attached to Sector 8 STF sustained bullet injuries and is currently receiving treatment at the STF headquarters, Jos. 2 Hilux vans belonging to NSCDC were overrun and vandalized by the attackers. The State Commissioner of Police, however, assures the good people of the state that the command under his watch will continue to do everything within its constitutional power to ensure the security of lives and properties of all the citizens of Plateau State. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday expressed condolence on the loss of lives of 2 United States Embassy officials and 2 Nigerian policemen accompanying them following an attack by gunmen in Ogbaru local government area of Anambra State. The president's condolence message was contained in a statement on Wednesday by his senior special assistant Garba Shehu. He equally noted that he has been briefed about the tragic killing of several persons in Boy district of Mangu local government area of Plateau State, as well as that of several villagers in Adaka village in Makodi local government area and in Ijaha community of Apa local government area of Benue State. The president said he is deeply pained to learn about these gruesome deaths. He also expressed sincere condolence to the families of the victims. Meanwhile, the United States government has said that no American citizen was affected in a Tuesday attack on its consulate staff convoy along Atani or Samale Road in Anambra State. The U.S. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby made the clarification on Wednesday. The spokesman for the Anambra State Police Command, Tobechukwu Ikenga, also said no U.S. citizen was in the convoy, though 4 persons were killed in the attack. The hoodlums murdered 2 of the PMF operatives and 2 staff of the consulate and set their bodies and vehicles ablaze. Also, the attackers, on citing the responding joint security forces, abducted 2 police operatives, the driver of the second vehicle, and took to their heels. No U.S. citizen was in the convoy. The incident is the latest in a series of attacks in Anambra. You're watching News Updates on Trust TV. Coming up, we'll take a look at challenges facing Benue fruit sellers. Details on this and more after the break. Stay with us.
The launching and presentation of 2 new books, State of Repair, How Muhammadu Buhari Tried to Change Nigeria for Good by Anthony Goldman, and The Legacy of Muhammadu Buhari by Senator Abu Ibrahim, is scheduled as follows. Venue, State House Conference Center, Aso Rock Villa. Date, Friday, 19th May 2023. Time, 9:30 a.m. Special guest of honor, President Commander-in-Chief Muhammadu Buhari. Chairman of the occasion, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. Expected at the event are His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President-elect, and His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, the Vice President-elect. Attendance will be strictly by invitation. Announcer, Ambassador Babagana Kingibe GCON, Chairman, Organizing Committee.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. And here is a recap of our top stories. We brought you Presidential Tribunal adjourns Obi pre-hearing against Tinubu to May 19th as LP faction representatives clash in court. And police recover firearms, arrest 5 suspects in connection to Tuesday's killing in Plateau State. Now moving on to more stories. Benue State, also known as the food basket of the nation, is reputed for cultivating fruit such as mangoes, oranges, pineapple, watermelon and pears, among others, on a large scale. Now, despite the abundance of fruits in this state, it has no fruit juice processing company, a situation that leaves most fruits that are not sold or consumed within a short period to get damaged. Jamie Adzande was at the popular railway fruit market in Makurdi from where he files in the report on the plight of some fruit sellers. The report.
Traders at this market feel the government is not doing enough to help ordinary people like fruit farmers in the state, as they are yet to feel the presence of any government in the market.
Mango, as you see, that is a very good business. Our challenge where we say we suffer for this paper, we never get person where we come help us. You see at this market, the market is small. And you see, we never get, if we can get government where we come help us. Like say we get company where will help us they do like fruit juice. Where will help us like this, where will they do fruit juice back? See as our mango the rotiba. Is it good? I will get our government where will help us.
Some of the traders said with rising transportation costs, the fruit business has become quite challenging in recent times. They appeal for intervention from the authorities.
Stay along in this market past 5 years, so that as we do this business before, the business is good like that. So as the transportation is too much now. Only things the people where they get this money inside this business is people where get motor, because the motor they take all the money. That is, and now like this, especially if you buy the watermelon, you see some spot it's lost men from inside the business, and you will buy some not right. And sometimes if you buy and make people rush buy, so that is how the business they no be every time they get. Sometimes you go do loss, sometimes they do get that.
Many are of the opinion that if the government cannot provide storage facilities or establish a processing plant to cater for the large harvest from people in the fruit value chain, it can at least assist through policies and incentives for the traders.
If the government can improve and strategize on way of collecting tax, so that it will no longer be multiple taxation, it will also encourage the sector. And they need support to build their own factories, their processing units, their machines that can help them in processing and adding value to some of the things that they do.
The traders are unhappy that most of the fruits at the market are wasting due to lack of patronage and the absence of processing plants in Benue State. Although it is argued that government has no business in business, it can, through the right policies, support and encourage individuals to invest in that sector. This will go a long way in curtailing the volume of wastages incurred annually.
Each year, the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, enlists at least 250,000 graduates to gain work experience while serving the nation in different locations across the country. This exercise, which has been on for the past 5 decades, is raising questions on how fulfilling the scheme has been since its creation, vis-a-vis its mandate, especially with calls from some quarters that it should be scrapped amidst the scheme celebrates of its 50th anniversary. Noel Sampson has more.
As part of the 50th anniversary celebration, the NYSC at 50 trend witnessed several past corps members posting pictures of when they served to commemorate the anniversary. One of the cardinal objectives of the scheme is to unite Nigerians and promote cordial living among other ethnic groups. However, the divisions along ethnic and religious lines among Nigerians, many are asking if youth become more united after their 1-year mandatory service to the nation.
I think it's more of unity because it brings people together, and a lot of goals have been achieved as well during our service time.
So there are some that actually come back with bad experiences. For example, we've had cases of people being beaten up, carrying out civic responsibilities, facilitating our elections and some of those things. They end up getting beaten, harassed and all of those things. So I don't know, but any person that has been in that situation as a corps member would definitely tell you that it was a bad experience. Because I know that I've personally connected with a lot of persons from all over Nigeria, courtesy of being in camp together, courtesy of going to CDS, meeting people from different institutions, and connecting with them on a real-time basis, not just on a surface level.
But one good thing about NYSC, it unites us, it makes us learn other cultures, other languages, and it gives rooms to improvement. You have to improve yourself in one way or the other. And I think it's the best way of networking.
Some corps members recommended what could be done by the government to help improve the scheme.
First of all, increment of the allowance, because inflation is high, money expenses are on the rise.
Part of the things on the side of we corps members is to ensure the welfare of corps members, because where some of us are posted, it's more like we're just there on our own, and measures to ensure that some of the incentives that we are expected to get in terms of accommodation and some other allowances from where we are sent to serve are provided us.
First of all, proper welfare for corps members in the country, fix up the security, that's a major challenge, and promote the NYSC.
One of the contributions of NYSC scheme to national development is the provision at least 1 year work experience for fresh graduates, as well as the promotion of discipline and patriotism among Nigerian youth due to the training at various camps. These, among others, are some of the reasons why many believe the scheme should be sustained. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The federal government has commenced the payment of salary arrears to lecturers in the Departments of Basic Medical Sciences, Basic Clinical Sciences and Medicine across some federal universities. The lecturers are under the Nigerian Association of Medical and Dental Academics, one of the two splinter groups licensed by the government to reduce the influence of the academic staff union of the universities. The government had in 2022 implemented a no-work, no-pay rule against the lecturers for 7 months due to the strike embarked upon by the ASU. Efforts to get the government to pay the lecturers the withheld salaries for the duration of strike by ASU proved abortive. But the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, a body which encompasses medical doctors in the academics and other consultant medical doctors, explained to the government that medical schools were not shut down during the period of strike, hence the salaries of their members should not be withheld. A source from the Nnamdi Azikiwe University confirmed that medical lecturers have been paid their withheld salaries. And now from the international scene, we have a 1-year-old child who was reported killed while 23 missing persons are feared dead after a hippopotamus charged into and capsized a canoe on a river in southern Malawi. Police in the southern African country district of the Nsanje said on Tuesday that the vessel was carrying 37 people across the Share River when the incident took place on Monday morning. Malawian police rescued 13 with the help of the World Food Programme personnel who were working in the area and proved boats for the rescue operation, Nsanje District Police Commissioner Dominic Nwandira said. Nsanje Police spokeswoman Agnes Zalakoma said that rescuers also retrieved the lifeless body of a 1-year-old who had drowned in the collision. Malawian President Lazarus Chakwera sent Minister of Water and Sanitation Abida Mia to the scene. She said locals told her hippos often caused problems in the area and appealed to authorities to relocate some of the animals. And lastly, in sports, Chelsea striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is to return to the Gabon side a year after announcing his international retirement. The 33-year-old retired as his country's record scorer with 28 goals in 68 appearances in May 2022. The forward said that the return was prompted by a meeting with the African country's president Ali Bongo Ondimba. The French-born forward, who made his debut for Gabon in 2009, has endured a number of difficult club campaigns in recent seasons, including being stripped of the Arsenal captaincy in December 2021 before moving to Barcelona in the following transfer window. He has now been linked with a summer move back to the Nou camp, where he started the 2022 to 2023 season. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.